추워.
The ESP and ABS working. On the testing we normally disconnect to get a little bit more feeling on the breakaway and recovery of the tire. Hankook is one of the first ones who make this agreement or book these test weeks with the Test World, so we have a quite good availability and for the booked test weeks during the summer season. The test conditions are really nice because no sunshine, no wind and the same temperature, so there is very few variables. So we can concentrate on the differences between the tires. And winter season we of course also test on the outside, and then we can test a little bit higher speeds and uphill, downhill.
Is there any record?
Yeah.
Lap? Here?
Yeah.
Like in the ring or?
That I don't know, but I think it's around this tire is maybe something 30 seconds or something. Depends on the tire and car. I think a four-wheel drive car would help a lot here.
The last lap?
Yeah. Compared to the previous one, the turn in to me is a little bit better. I feel more confident how it turns in.
You have very hot.
It's okay. It's okay. Oh.
Full throttle. More. And there's an elk. Brake.
Oh.
I think here is a beer soon. They're terrible to hit.
Yeah.
Brake, please! No, because the
work. So to get the speed, reliable speed of the car, we use this Kistler's camera, and it takes pictures of the ground repeatedly, and then looks at the shift of the picture, how much the picture shifts, so then it knows how far the car has moved, and over time we get of course the speed. Okay, good. I'll take you next. I'll take you.
Yes, absolutely, but you know.
So here we have on the display we have the current speed here.
Yeah.
Then we have acceleration time, and the time is measured from 10 kph to 35, leaving out the 0 to 10, so that you don't get the irregularities when you start the car and lift the clutch and start moving.
Yeah.
So we use from constant acceleration from 10 to 35, and then we accelerate to 37, and at that point we start full braking.
Yeah.
And we measure the distance between 35 and 5 kph.
Yeah.
Again, leaving out the 5 to 0 kph because of ABS.
Yeah.
When the car is moving very slowly, the ABS interferes. Clutch up and then full throttle. And at 37 we have a beep, and then clutch down, full brake and full stop. And now we get the results here. 4 seconds for acceleration and 13.13 meters deacceleration. So the main units that we use are time for acceleration and distance for braking.
You know, Scandinavian Nordic tires and Russian tires are the same for us. So it's pretty much the same condition. It's a very hard winter, very deep snow.
So what you said, that the stud, it's lower than it used to be.
A little bit lower, yeah. So it doesn't sacrifice the road. And therefore we put more studs.
And I have also a question, who integrates the studs?
We are doing our own.
So no dealers? No dealers.
Not anymore. This is a new type of studs. Not many dealers have how can I say? It's not easy because
devices, yeah.
you know the stud hole. Sorry, the stud hole has to keep the stud in this position. You know, it's not the round old stud anymore because this could turn. But this stud should be in this position to give the edge effect. You know, it has edges. It's not round.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
No? Like a knife.
So, but why dealers cannot study it themselves?
Of course they can redo, but it's very complicated. And we like to do it more because the result for the machine studying is much better than hand studying.
So you studied here and you...
No, we studied in our factory in Hungary as well as partly in the factory in Hungary for the Scandinavian markets, for example, and we have own studying also in Sweden. Own studying facility, and we have a large own studying facility in our warehouse in Moscow.
Ah, so you can study in Moscow?
Of course. Yeah. So initially, you know, tires will be produced unstudied, of course. Out of the mold, tires come unstudied. But then, as a fresh tire, we are doing the studying, and the quality of the studying is much better because this is an automatic machine, it's doing by laser. So it's more central. You know, if you do it by hand, maybe you don't hit the hole, then you crack the hole, and then the tire the stud may go off, and then after 1 year, customer goes to the dealer and complains, "Oh, I lose half of my studs. Please," and it's quite expensive. This is more or less €1 for one stud. So if you're losing 50 studs, you pay 50 euros, something like that. I don't know exactly the price in Russia.
Yeah.
You know, the mechanic work is very expensive. In Germany, for example, it would be at least €1 for one stud because he has to go, the machine, fertig. And also you have to pay the stud. So it's quite expensive. And since we are doing the own studying, studs are more, they stay in the tire. And this is a quality sign because cheap Chinese, for example, they always lose the studs after 1 year. And if you have no stud,
1 year, after 1 year.
maybe after 1 year, 50% is gone. And you go back to the dealer, and you know, studdable tire without studs is not working at all. It's not a winter tire. This tire works together with the studs. If there is no studs, it will not work.
How many studs on each tire?
This is 170.
170.
And in 22, you know, each tire is sitting on a different row. You know, you have different rows. And the initial tire, Joachim, was a 16, right? We had a 16 rows. 16 different rows where the stud position is. Now, you know, you can destroy them. If you don't put it in the center part, you can destroy the stud hole. So the stud cannot be holed anymore from the tire. It goes off if you drive. So machine can do it much better. And in Sweden we have also studying machine in the warehouse. So we are studying for our customers. Since then we have a much better, we have a bigger quality increase.
Yeah, of course.
And so the studs are more or less, and if you see, it's moving. If you see around, how is it? Is especially the stud hole is especially designed. You see around to give the stud elastic, so it can move a little bit. Because if it cannot move, it will crack. So it has to be movable, but also maintain the grip on ice.
What is this part of the tire? It's so strange. So many holes, like you see the center.
Yeah, this is the center rib. This is a small, very soft lamellin inside. Yeah.
Okay, the softest I think in the middle, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
The hardness of the stud holes, you know, the rubber around the stud holes is harder than the other compounds. Because it must keep the studs.
So it goes by levels, right? I think that the level which is deeper is firmer, right?
Yeah, of course. And you know, and if you see some of the lamellin are not cut very deep, and these are more deep than these ones. Yeah. So the deeper the lamellin is, the more soft it feels.
Okay, thank you very much.